Hello everyone and welcome to our channel Power Within You. मेरा नाम अपराजिता है and this video is for all the psychology aspirants who want to pursue masters in psychology in India. So I am currently doing my masters from the University of Delhi and मेरा first semester complete हुआ है. So 2018 का beginning was all about फाइल इन्फॉर्मेशन कहाँ है, कौन सा पेपर कब आ रहा है, फॉर्म्स कब खुलेगा, इसका फॉर्म कब आएगा, उसका फॉर्म कब आएगा. एंड ऑलवेज यही होता था कि आई वुड आस्क माई सीनियर्स, आई वुड आस्क माई टीचर्स एंड अल्टीमेटली इस प्रोसेस में कोई ना कोई फॉर्म रह जाते थे. आई डू नॉट वॉन्ट कि ऐसा आप लोग के साथ भी हो. राइट नाउ देर इज़ नो प्लेस जहाँ पे concrete and solidified information है about what papers you can appear in if you want to pursue masters in psychology in India. So this video is exactly about that. I'm going to talk about all the papers you can fill up to get into masters in psychology in India. सबसे पहले बात करेंगे TIS नेट की. If you're watching this video, I know TIS का पेपर निकल चुका है, but for everyone in the next year, you have an opportunity. TIS is one of the best universities in India. So they offer a lot of courses for psychology students. For instance, Masters in Applied Psychology Clinical, Masters in Applied Psychology Counseling, Masters in Applied Psychology Clinical and Counseling Practice. Then there is Masters in HRM and Labor Relations. There's also a course called Masters in Social Work, Mental Health. So these are some of the courses which you can, as a psychology student, take in TIS. However, you need to be very clear on what institute you want to go into and what courses you want to take up, because TIS में सिर्फ 3 options आप भर सकते हैं and TIS के centers होते हैं. There are centers in Guwahati, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Chennai and different centers offer different courses. So you need to go on their website and understand कौन सा course कहाँ पे available है और उसका process क्या है. When you're filling up the form, make sure that you're very clear in your head आपको कौन सा course pursue करना है TIS में. Talking about the paper, इसका form open होता है in October, around October end and last week of October, and they go on till December 1st or 2nd week. So the exam is in 2 parts. The first level is conducted in January. It is a 1 hour 40 minutes long paper and उसमें कोई negative marking नहीं होता. उसके 3 sections होते हैं: English, logical reasoning and mathematical ability, as well as general awareness. So once you appear for this part, they have a cut off based on what papers you've selected. तो अगर आप HRM भरेंगे तो उसका अलग cut off होगा और अगर आप clinical psychology भरेंगे तो उसका अलग cut off होगा. If you clear that cutoff, then you'll be called for a pre-interview test and a personal interview. In the pre-interview test, again, depending on what course you filled, you'll get different types of questions. तो suppose अगर आपने HRM भरा है, तो it could be possible that it give you a group discussion. However, अगर आप clinical psychology भरते हैं, so they'll give you short answer type questions like what is action potential, and then you have to answer that question in 2 to 3 lines. After your pre-interview test, on that day itself is your personal interview, and based on your pre-interview test as well as your personal interview, you get selected or rejected for admission into TIS. Alright, so just again I want to emphasize on this point that whenever you fill up any form, right now I've talked about TIS and I'll be talking about more forms आगे. तो जो भी आप फॉर्म भर रहे हो, make sure that you're reading its bulletin, information bulletin, make sure you're reading its guidelines and instructions, and make sure that you're reading the eligibility criteria. Every course has a different eligibility criteria. Every course has a different eligibility criteria and you need to make sure that you clear that. Otherwise, even if you clear the paper, there's no point, आपको बाद में जाके problem आएगा. So now we talk about Jamia, Millia, Islamia. It is another great university and it offers 2 courses for psychology students. One is Masters in Applied Psychology. Masters in Applied Psychology also gives you option for counseling, clinical and OB if you decide to pursue that and if you get selected. The second course is Masters in Human Resource Management. In Applied Psychology there are 42 seats, whereas in the Human Resource Management there are 21 seats. The paper is it's very simple. There are 100 questions and 80 questions are from psychology, whereas 20 questions are from general awareness, GK, current affairs, etc. So it is a fairly easy paper. However, there is negative marking. So you will get 1 mark for all the right answers and 0.25 will be deducted for all the wrong answers. You need to prepare for that beforehand. So make sure while you're preparing, you understand the concept of negative marking and the level of guesses you are making while you're doing the paper. So the next university we'll talk about is Banaras Hindu University or BHU. BHU has 2 courses in psychology. One is MA MSc Psychology, which has 51 seats, and the other one is Masters of Personnel Management and Industrial Relationship. It has 46 seats. The application process starts from the last week of January, and again it continues for about 1 month. The exam, however, is in May end. There are 120 questions in the exam and it goes on for 2 hours. There is +3 for every correct answer and -1 for every negative answer. Based on your exam, there is a merit list release, and if you get selected, you can just go for the counseling and get your admission process completed. अब हम बात करने वाले हैं यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ इलाहाबाद के बारे में. University of Allahabad offers MA and MSc in psychology, and there are around 75 seats. The application process starts from April last week and it goes on till May 1st or 2nd week. So there is a limited period window compared to other courses. The exam has only 1 level, which is a good thing. However, in this there are 2 sections. One is a compulsory section of 50 questions, जिसमें मेंटल एबिलिटी एंड जीके, हिंदी, इंग्लिश कहीं से भी क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. These are compulsory for all the students. Then the next section is a subject specific section. तो इसमें साइकोलॉजी के अराउंड 50 questions होंगे and you have to complete that. It is a 90 minutes paper, but there is a negative marking, so again you need to be careful while doing the paper. A lot of people don't know that there is another university called Center for Behavior and Cognitive Sciences, which is affiliated with University of Allahabad. It offers MSc in Cognitive Sciences for psychology students. It is a very good course for those who are inclined towards pursuing cognitive sciences. And the application process starts from around December 1st week and it ends usually around 30th and 31st December. The paper has 2 parts. The first part is like CAT exam and उसमें reasoning, data interpretation, comprehension, इस तरह के question होते हैं. The second part has maths, questions from psychology and hypothesis testing. Negative marking is also there in this paper. If you're inclined towards cognitive sciences, you can also apply to IIT Gandhinagar. The application process again starts somewhere between December mid and it ends in mid-January. The exam is held in February and there is a test and an interview for it. So the next university we're going to talk about is the University of Delhi. University of Delhi offers Masters in Psychology and Masters in Applied Psychology. Masters in Psychology has 108 seats and Masters in Applied Psychology has around 31 seats. So there are 50% seats for those who want to get in through merit and 50% seats for those who want to get in through entrance. Merit, however, is only for students from Delhi University. The application process starts somewhere around 1st and 2nd week of May and it goes on till 1st or 2nd week of June. Whereas the exam is held in the last week of June or the 1st week of July. So while you fill up the form, there are 3 options. You can either select only merit, you can either select only entrance, or you can select both merit and entrance. If you're appearing in entrance, there are 2 parts. The first is an objective test. It has got a 1/4 negative marking. So you get 4 marks for every correct answer and -1 for every incorrect answer. If you clear your objective test, then you'll be called for an interview which has around 15% weightage. Now we'll talk about Ambedkar University. Ambedkar University has a course called Masters in Psychology, Psychosocial Clinical Studies. It has around 42 seats and the application process begins in the last week of May and goes on to the last week of June, and the paper is held in first week of July. Now the paper for Ambedkar University is very interesting. It is conducted in 2 parts. The first is a written test and it does not have any negative marking. There are 3 sections in this test. Section 1 has 35 MCQs of 1 mark each. These can be from general awareness, current affairs, psychology, and logical reasoning. The second section has 10 questions of 3 marks each. In these questions, you will get a statement and 4 options. You have to select any one option, and it is a projective type test, so there are no right or wrong answer. Whichever statement you select as your reason, you have to give a rationale for that. The last section comprises of an essay type question. However, it is based on a reading which they upload about 2 weeks prior to the exam. So you also need to be very active on the website. You need to go and check when they have uploaded that reading and when they have not, and whether or not they're giving any more information. In fact, I think this goes for all the exams I've talked about. You need to constantly go to their website and keep yourself updated. So coming back to Ambedkar University's exam, the first part of the written test is of 75 marks, and I've already explained the section. The second part is an interview and it has got 25 marks. So next we're going to talk about Amity University. Amity University offers a variety of courses for psychology. For example, MA in Applied Psychology, MA in Counseling Psychology, MA in Clinical Psychology, MA in Organizational Psychology, etc. So do go on their websites and take a look at all the courses that they're offering. The entrance is conducted in 2 parts. The first is objective type questions. It has no negative marking. The second is an interview. One important thing about Amity University is that you have to select your date. That is, आपको कब पेपर में appear होना है ये आपको select करना होता है. Unlike other papers, there is no fixed date. So they'll release a series of dates and you have to select the slot and the date in which you want to appear. The application process starts somewhere in December, like mid-December, and it ends in May. So you have a very long window and you don't have to worry about quickly filling up the application. So that was it. I have tried my best to make this list a very holistic one. Again, I would like to re-emphasize the point that whichever application you're completing, do read their website, do read their prospectus, the general guidelines, the specific guidelines, etc. And if you have any doubt, do not feel shy in contacting them. There are contacts and emails available for any types of queries or problems that you're facing in application process. And even after contacting them, if your doubts are not clear, then you can always reach us on our website. The link is below in the description. And if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching our video, and if you liked it, don't forget to share.